Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the HalfGen podcast, the only podcast that's HalfGen.
Thanks for joining us this week. We'll talk to you all later. And this will be our last episode also.
No.
Sorry, we forgot to mention that last week. It's the end.
I tried to do something, and then I just didn't have anything, and I was too far along to stop.
It's just a wet fart in the wind. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Welcome
fine.
to the HalfGen podcast. It's a wet fart in the wind.
Title.
Is that better?
Yeah. See? You're good?
Uranium's also said title.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't know. I think our self-depreciating titles don't do as well. I don't think people want to listen to that.
That's too bad. They're the best titles.
Yeah, I know, but Ross, how you doing?
Doing okay. Very, very tired. Work has been crazy. So, just finding time to play games for the podcast.
Is that a stack of PS1 games behind you?
That is a stack of PS1 games and some Dreamcast at the top, yes.
Okay, because I saw a green label and I was like, that's definitely a greatest hits.
Yeah, that is WWF Warzone greatest hits.
Nice.
Let's see.
And then towards the top there was another one.
So Wild Arms 2, Tekken 2, Dragon Ball Z Final Bout import from Japan, Final Fantasy VII Black Label, Final Fantasy IX Black Label, Legend of Dragoon, Monster Rancher Battle Card Episode 2, NBA Live 2001, Spider-Man, Tekken 1 Greatest Hits, and then to Dreamcast, I got Choo Choo Rocket, Crazy Taxi, Bleamcast for Metal Gear Solid, Bleamcast for Tekken 2, Grandia 2, NBA 2K1, and NBA Showtime NBA on NBC, the greatest title of any sports game.
That's a lot of title.
It is. It's quite
That's an uncomfortable amount of title.
Uranium, all of the games are in the correct boxes because I'm not a monster.
Yeah, I was going to say, Ross of all people, he's putting the right game in the right box.
My Switch games are completely alphabetized, and the only reason that these games are sitting out is because I need to build shelving in that closet behind me because there is none. So,
Ross,
how about you?
What? I've been taking the extra day off a week for the last 2 weeks, and I have one more next week, so I'm trying to catch up on some other stuff. And this week I played some stuff, a little bit extra. Ross, you'll be happy to know, I think I finally exercised my demons. I played this year's Madden.
No, yeah.
I played it for about half an hour, and I rented it from GameFly, and it is back in its package, ready to be mailed out.
Nice. It's so good you could only handle half an hour.
No, and here's the thing. The game is better. But Madden is just so stupidly technical now that the game isn't fun for me. The game is to the point now where they have to illustrate, when players are running routes, they tell you what pass to throw. Because the game is so in its own ass that it's just yo, bullet pass this guy. And I'm just if you're going to tell me what to do, what am I doing? And then they fucked up fundamental shit. I just want to create a player. So I'm doing the face of the franchise mode, and it's making me play the whole game, offense, defense, everything, even though I'm just the quarterback. So I go to create a player, and I'm okay, I'm just going to create a player because historically in Madden, you only play as your player. Not anymore. You control everything.
Weird.
Yeah. And so you're your created player, but the game just wants you to play everything. So all of the stuff that I enjoyed in Madden, I no longer enjoy. And then I don't know. I'm just not good at the game. I haven't played it in so long, like on any reasonable level. Like I was even on like pro, and I was just throwing like I was throwing some good pat, but I was just throwing picks, and like I felt like I was making good reads, and I'm just a bad player because I always end up bullet passing everything because in my
Mm.
mind like there's a pass where you hold and then like release, I can never get it to work. So I always end up lobbing or bulleting everything, and then I throw a lot of picks. And so I'm like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. The running game's better.
Oh,
Yeah, the running game is really good now.
huh.
They
Nice.
fixed it. Like I really liked the running game. But I have no desire to play that game on defense. Like it's one of those Maddens where the first thing is it's a rematch of the Super Bowl, you know? And so like you're playing, and I did the offense. I got like, you know, a decent drive, but then I ended up like not scoring and was whatever. And then I started playing defense and I quit out because I was like, yep, I don't have fun playing defense in Madden.
Yeah, I don't. I feel like you haven't enjoyed playing defense almost ever in Madden.
Well, no, I didn't mind, but now like the whole pass rush thing is so stupid because it's all on the right stick. So now you're
Mm.
pass rushing, but everything's on the stick. Everything's on the sticks. I hate the sticks.
It's like skate.
I've liked Madden progressively worse as Madden has gotten more technical.
Right.
In its race to achieve simulation football, it has completely lost me in the process. Of like I just don't like I don't care enough. One, I don't care enough to rewire my brain because I'm used to Madden back in the day of like spamming, you know, square or something to bull rush or like circle or like not circle, but like X or something to like do the spin move. I remember the days of 2K just like spamming R2 just to roll around and, you know, get the sack on the quarterback because I played lineman. And like you just can't do that anymore. Yeah, it was 2 buttons. Madden used to be like 2 buttons. And now like everything pops up. You hold sprint. Sprint doesn't feel like you're doing anything. And the moment you hold sprint, it's just like precision juke. And it's like, it's Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon is not going to precision juke anybody.
Can you turn those like tooltips off, like the
No,
suggestions?
but that's the thing is the tooltips are good. I'm just not wired. Like I can't play Madden like this.
So
Like
is it actually a good game, but it's just a you problem?
it's mostly a me problem. It's probably
Okay.
the best Madden they've released in years.
Yeah.
A lot of the animations are really nice, but it's still got those Madden problems. You know, it's having a superstar player that's just gonna like at the line of scrimmage, you just see an animation where your lineman just decides to like dive down and the dude just jumps over him and tackles you behind the line. You know, it's the animations where like you take a cut through a wide open gap, but somebody just puts their arm out and tackles you. You know, where your player's just like, and falls to the side because a guy just went like that, you know, and just shoved his arm out. It's a lot of like it's better, but it's not as fun. I
Gotcha.
think Madden was better when it was simpler, and it's just it's too. Sports games are just too technical now, and there are so many other ways I could be spending my time. I just don't want to invest them in sports games anymore because
Mhm.
we used to play a lot of Madden, and I wanted to give this one a shot. I got it on the Series X because I wanted to see the new version because the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC all share the older versions of Madden, which are not good.
Yeah.
So this is better than those, but still not as fun as what we used to play, in my opinion.
It's like the reverse version of Madden 06, where the new version was bad and the current gen version was good. Gotcha.
Yeah, and just like they do so many like stupid things, like they break modes that don't need to be broken. And like I was doing like the when I was doing the face of the franchise, like it's all that like weird story stuff, and it's just like boring. So it's a lot of like cutscenes and boring stuff. And then like you're doing these drills, and like you do a drill and it's just practice. But it's this guy and he's supposed to be his best player, and you're about to be drafted. Then you go back to the college football like playoffs, and it's like this weird thing. And then like there's these awkward moments in between where your player is talking to like this guy who's in charge of the program, but it's not voice acted anymore. So the guy's just sitting there like this the whole time.
Good. It's nightmare fuel.
And every once in a while, he kind of like he moves his mouth, but it never closes. So he's just got this continuous like awkward smile, and he's just like,
oh, please stop. I don't like
and
that.
it's so bad. And I'm like, how do you let that go in a game where you're talking about how good your animations are? How do you let that happen? I don't know. It's I don't know.
It sounds like you just want more like arcadey sports games. Sounds like that's what you want.
Yeah, I don't.
Which
Yeah,
just don't really exist anymore.
I know, and like
unfortunately.
I think sports games now are just too simulation. They're trying too hard to be simulation, and they're losing the game in the process. Like I genuinely do not have fun with Madden anymore, and so this was, I think, the final straw for me. Good, I'm putting Madden behind me. The maddening is over.
Really, the whole situation is just maddening more than anything.
I don't know. I would like to enjoy Madden again. I just can't. Like, the only way I would enjoy this game is, and like that's the thing, is I want like a football manager, but for Madden. I want NFL head coach.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's what I want. I want something where I can just manage. No, I'm not playing NHL or FIFA. Forget that. I don't care about either of those sports enough to want to play them. Like, I don't know. The sports games have left me behind, and that's whatever. I'm just going to keep playing my shooters, and I'm going to keep playing my RTSs and stuff like that. That's all I'm going to do. That's going to be my thing. Uranium just accidentally typed in the Discord instead of the chat.
Yeah, that checks out.
Oh God. But soccer.
Sports games aren't just, it's not like you don't like a first person shooter, so oh yeah, just try a different first person shooter. It's not the same with sports.
There's just Madden.
Well, it's not just like, oh, you don't like this sports game, how about this completely different sport that's a different game?
No.
That's not how that works.
Oh, you don't like Destiny? Try Call of Duty. Oh, you don't like that? Play Halo. They're all like variations on a formula, and they're all good in different ways. And then like, just like, oh, you don't like, okay, well, try playing soccer then. If you don't like the football video game, the one football video game that matters.
I'll just go back and play Backbreaker.
I'm gonna go back and play fucking. You know what? I wanted to install that Tackle Alley thing they had on iOS.
Yeah.
That does not. It's not supported by modern iOS.
Oh,
and they won't update it, so I can't play it. If like the Dead Space game on iOS, EA won't update it, so I can't play it even though I bought it. That pisses me off.
Yeah,
I paid money for it, but they won't let me install it because it's not up to date with their new app rules.
Man, it's the digital age, man.
Super dumb.
Digital games.
They can just go
away.
Like, how can Apple lock me out of something I paid for? It's so dumb. That is so frustrating. Oh my God. But yeah, I don't know. I wanted to try Madden. I wanted to see if it would change things. I haven't played Madden seriously since, when was the last time we did an online franchise?
Like Madden 13, maybe?
No, it was more the Richard Sherman one, maybe, or the Gronk one. We definitely did one post Frostbite.
If we did, we didn't stick with it very long.
No, we didn't, because that game was
15 bad. Was Sherman.
And then what was the one with Gronk? We tried that one. Because that was when they switched 17, to Frostbite. Yeah, the one where they switched to Frostbite. That was the last one we did online franchise.
Yeah.
And that one was not good. Because that was the one with all the canned animations.
Yeah, we played the hell out of, wasn't it 12?
25. No, 10. That was the one we played the most. Was 10, the one with Drew Brees, or 11.
I think it was. I'm trying to think.
That was the one with Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
And then we played a bunch of 25.
Yeah.
Because that was the only one that I could beat you in.
Right. Yeah, because that's the worst Madden game ever. That's why.
Yep, that's why.
Yep. So
the one Madden where I was able to, yeah, we had a draft that had Tim Tebow in it, but his name was Tim Tebow. It
was
was
an
the funniest thing.
auto-generated.
It was auto-generated player by the game, and he was drafted to the Broncos. And
Yep.
so I traded for him, and like Ross was the commissioner, I think. And so I traded for him, and I told him to force the trade, and because he wanted to see what was going to happen too, and he was awful. He was terrible, the worst. That was the same franchise, I think, where Matt Ryan just wouldn't stop throwing picks. So I played that guy I drafted in the second round, and he was fine.
Oh, I thought Tony had Matt Ryan in that franchise.
No. Tony got someone else. I had Matt Ryan, and Matt Ryan kept throwing picks. So
Oh,
I benched him.
Tony had Tom Brady, who we benched.
Yeah.
But
he always gets Tom Brady, and he always benches Tom Brady. No matter what, he throws one interception with Tom Brady, and he puts him on the bench, and he starts a dude with a 50 overall, and he's just like, nah, this is better.
Yep, that's Tony in a nutshell. Not the Tony from the podcast, different Tony.
Different Tony, friend of the site. Oh, man.
God. Yeah, see, I really like, and I haven't played this year's Madden, and I didn't play much of last year's. I can really only speak for like 2K, like NBA 2K and MLB The Show. I really enjoy the simulation side of things. That's something that I wanted growing up. I wanted the games to be more simulation style, so I'm still on board, but definitely Madden's had a lot bigger problems than just becoming too simmy over the past few years.
I just think so much of it is like in the never-ending chase to make the game more realistic, they've gotten too stuck in like animations and stuff like that, and like, you know, it's cool because like coverages are harder to read sometimes and things like that, but there are obvious ways to game the system, and you know those are the ways to win. And then, like, if you're just trying to play the game, like if you're like me and you're just trying to play Madden, like, oh, I'm just coming here, I want to throw some touchdowns and shit like that, Madden is not good for that, because like Madden will punish you. If you're just like, if you make the slightest mistake, there's 3 defenders on the ball. If you make the wrong throw, they're going to undercut, they're going to just rip you apart. And like, it's cool, but it's not fun for me. Because like, you know, yeah, that's how it would happen in real life. I'm not playing real life football. I'm playing Madden. I want to throw touchdowns and celebrate in the end zone. I don't want to have to think about it like I'm fucking doing a fucking Zergling rush in StarCraft, you know? I'm not trying to like micromanage my shit and be like, okay, hold on. Is he like is he like a couple pixels too close? Because he's either going to break away, or like, you know, do I lob? Do I do this? Do I do like, it's the fucking, I'm like doing mathematics. It's that GIF. I'm just doing mathematics in my head. And by that time I'm already sacked, which also sucks because it still has that problem where I was sitting in the pocket, had a dude wide open. I threw the ball, press the button, quarterback holds, press the button, quarterback holds, gets sacked. So it pre-designated the sack.
Like it sounds like you want kind of just a more laid-back experience. Would putting on a rookie help?
But that's not fun because then the AI doesn't exist. Like, I don't want there to be no challenge. I don't want it to be something where I'm just putting up, because that's boring. You know, playing Madden on rookie is boring as shit because you put up 112 points in the first quarter and it's like, okay, now what?
And the jump from rookie to pro, is that significant this year?
I mean, pro, like I used to play on all pro, and like playing on pro, like I could get, like, the running game was really easy, but the passing game, I just can't.
Yeah.
Like the defenders are too good now. I just can't hang. Hanging up the cleats, man, you know? And that's the thing, is like, I like playing the quarterback because it's like, oh, I want to, like, I try, and part of it is my problem because I'm trying to play like a low rated. I always try to play like the undrafted, and I'm like, I want to fight my way up. I want to earn the spot on the roster. And then, like, you know, I'm playing in the preseason, but it's like my 61 rated ass against like the starting defense of the Los Angeles Rams.
Well, yeah, that'll do it. I mean,
I know.
you're doing that
like,
yourself.
Even like playing as like Tom Brady, like it felt the same. Like that was the thing, is like Madden doesn't have like as good of a differentiator. Like, even though I set it to the one where it was like, you know, I set it to like whatever the default one is, like ratings are king and whatever. But like, even playing as Tom Brady, like it felt the same. I was throwing just as accurately with my 61 rated ass as I was with Tom Brady. It's just, different speed. Tom Brady is just throwing a little quicker, whatever. But because like even in practice where they're like easy mode and oh my God, the drops. Oh my God. Putting perfect balls on dudes, hitting them in stride, and he's just like, nope. It's still a problem.
Yeah, it's been a problem for a while.
All these years later, it's still a fucking problem. What NFL world are you looking at where a dude wide open is just going to be like, oh, yeah, shit. No, I'm the starting tight end. Fuck, I just dropped that. That's my bad. Just wide open, hit him in stride, perfect ball. And he's just like, no, actually, is that a penny? Yeah.
Yeah.
It sucks, man.
I just saw a stat
the game parts are not fun.
Yeah, I just saw a stat that Larry Fitzgerald has more tackles in his career with 45 than drops with 28 in his entire career.
Like, people talk about a player who had a problem with drops. He had like 11. I could get 11 drops in a game in Madden. Especially with these defenders being better. You hit those tight windows. If they're a good pass and the ball hits them in the hands, these are professional athletes, simulated professional athletes. What are they getting simulated paid for?
That's why they're not getting paid at all. That's why they don't care about catching.
They're getting paid in simulation money, and they have to earn that simulation money by catching my goddamn football. Bullshit. Was that a title? Simulation
Madden.
Money. There we go.
That's probably enough Madden.
Yeah. I had every intention of starting up Psychonauts 2, but timing didn't agree with me today because I ended up watching the Gamescom stuff. I'm still like playing a round of like mini motorways every week, just like once a night. I'm like, it's like, I don't want to go to bed, but I don't want to play something in depth. Let me play mini motorways. It always happens the same way.
And just rage sleep.
Always happens the same way. But now I've kind of just come to terms with it. I do one and then like I quit. It's just, okay, well, we did this one. I'm out. And then I go play Destiny because I'm still not tired.
Jesus. You have a problem, my friend.
It's not a problem. It's a solution.
That's what people with problems say.
I'm solving problems. But what the hell else? I played more Monster Hunter. I played something else other than one. I thought I played something else. Oh, that's right, because it's on the thing. I played more Humankind.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was going to talk about.
Is that getting any better?
Yes, actually.
Hey!
I quit whatever tutorial thing it put me, because Humankind's on Game Pass. So I'm like looking through Steam. I'm like, I know I played something else. Yeah. So I quit that game. Pardon me. And whatever tutorial game it put me in, I was like, whatever, I'm just going to throw myself to the wolves. And I just started up another game, and it's going really well. As the Dutch, I conquer, so early on, I was having like a societal war, like a culture war with the Maya, and me as the Nubians. And so I was like, okay, this ain't gonna, like, we're not gonna have this. So I overwhelmed them with my culture, and I eventually overwhelmed them with my military because they kept settling cities, and I kept, like, it gives you the option, unlike in Civ, if a civilization puts a city on your border or like near territory that like you have an obvious claim on, it'll be like, hey, in Civ, it's just like you could tell them, hey, don't do that again. And they'll be like, fuck you. I'll go where I want. Fuck you. Who do you think you are? And I'm like, automatic war. But in this game, I was like, hey, give me that. And they were like, what? And I was like, give me that. And they were like, oh, okay. All right. I don't want any trouble, mister. And I was like, yeah, that's right. I did it to him twice. And then they got mad at me because they were like trying to be buddy buddy with one of these like underdeveloped civilizations that was fading out. So I was just like basically using my, I don't remember the term, but I was using like my diplomacy points or whatever to just like cash them out. And so I made them my cities, and they got pissed because I took one they were trying to get. And I was like, what are you gonna do? You can't afford this. Get the fuck out of here. And so I told them, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And they were like, okay, we're not going to actually ask you to do anything anymore. Please be nice. And so then I eventually went to war and I took over all their stuff on my continent.
And this was as the Dutch?
No, so that was as the Britons. Then I became the Dutch, and then I vassalized them. So what I did is, as the Britons, I went in and I took all their territory on my main continent, but they had been expanding. So that's what pissed me off, is I found out they'd been expanding out in a way, and I was like, no. You don't just get to leave. So I went and took everything on my continent, and they were really pissed, but I couldn't vassalize them because I had too many grievances against them. And you have to like take the grievances you get. I was like 10 points off. So then I went to war with them again and conquered half of them, and I was able to vassalize them. So now they work for me. So now the Maya are my bitch. But I am the English now, not the Britons. I am the English. We've evolved.
Well, yep, it fits with the colonizers that they were.
Yeah, so I'm just, and now, so all that's left is like some empire like across the ocean that wiped out like the Mongols early on or something. And they're nothing because like they're like really nervous about me because I'm way stronger than them. And I also realized that their capital is like totally in striking distance. I can just land troops there and take their capital. So I'm like, yeah, I'm a backdoor.
Nice.
But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I started getting a good feel for a lot of what's going on in that game. It's funny because like normally the game has like a 300 turn limit on like normal mode, but I did it to endless, and by endless they mean 600 turns.
How many turns in?
Almost 300. So like it would have taken more than that, but it's funny because it's 600 turns, I'm still in like the before common era. So it's like still not even like I'm in the like the pre-modern era or the early modern era, and it's just like 2000 BCE or something. And I'm just like, oh, we're not even in real timelines right now. The English have come. But yeah, I had much more fun with it, kind of, just kind of picking up the mechanics as I went a little bit, taking some of what I learned in that tutorial and then just being like, no, I just want to be able to go out there and like do shit. And that has been working really well for me so far. So
nice. You say
my
most
opinions
of your
have been
grievances,
shifting.
Yeah, most of your grievances that you had originally have kind of faded away.
No, so I held them to get my war support up, and then I went to war against humankind, and I won. The joke there is that the grievances are a mechanic in the game. And so I used its own diplomacy against it. I'm upsetting Ross today.
Last week was our last podcast. This one is just kind of here.
A farewell tour.
Yeah.
Yes, Uranium's like, yes, this is where we laugh, chat. Ha 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 ha.
I'll block anyone who laughs.
Oh man. What the hell? Yeah, so that's been really fun. And then I think that's really it for like so yeah, the humankind stuff was the major development. Playing Madden, I do plan on playing Psychonauts 2, and I will have stuff to talk about that next week. I'm just double checking to make sure there was nothing else I put any time into. No, it was really just like Destiny and Monster Hunter Rise, I think.
Don't you want to talk about Destiny?
I do, but that's a whole thing. I don't know if you want to talk about your games first.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton, so we can just knock mine out.
Yeah. I also have 12 minutes installed and I want to play that, but I have
Oh yeah,
heard some really, really weird things about that game.
yeah, same here.
I have heard it said that it might have one of the worst endings of the year.
Yeah, and I've
And
heard some
part of
of
me
the
wants to
worst,
see what that is.
and I've heard some of the worst plot twists in any video game ever.
I've
Um,
also heard it's just a game about doing awful things to your wife.
mm, great. So what I've been playing is pretty boring. Uh, it's more Monster Hunter Rise. Uh, didn't play as much of that this week. I
For
made it to
I just wanted to give an update real quick. I did get
sure.
my collector's edition.
Mm,
For the
yes.
video watchers, I have my Magnum Mallow amiibo now.
It just
So
sounds like it sounds like there's the magnums like magnum sized condoms. It sounds like Magnum Mallow is a magnum sized marshmallow.
a Magnum Malamar
A
title.
Malamar
Write
is a
that down.
Pokemon.
Write that down. No,
You write it
Malamar
down.
is a marshmallow graham chocolate covered
I mean, it's
cookie.
also a dessert, but I'm pretty sure it's Pokemon.
Malamar.
Malamar Pokemon. Malamar, Malamar is a
Yeah,
Pokemon.
Mallowmar.
Bologna.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played Monster Hunter Rise. I made it to Hunter rank 75. The last, from what I'm aware, the last kind of quote unquote story mission in Monster Hunter Rise, excuse me, is when you get to Hunter rank 100, at least through 3.0. So I want to hit that, and then I might take a break from Rise. I got Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate in the mail for Switch, so I started playing that. It's crazy that the Resident Evil engine, is that what it's called?
I don't remember exactly what it's called.
The whatever engine
I don't remember.
Monster Hunter Rise is. I thought it was the Resident Evil engine, so that doesn't sound right. Um, it's crazy. It's the same engine that they used in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, and how significantly improved the visuals are in Rise. Um, but yeah, still having a lot of fun in Rise. Generations Ultimate, I've put like 3 or 4 hours into, just kind of messing around with the weapons. The first big chunk of that game is a lot of kind of gathering
I
quests.
think it's just
So I
called
haven't.
RE Engine.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the RE engine.
Okay.
Um, yeah, the first kind of bunch in that game are gathering quests. So I did a fair amount of those and then kind of turned it off. And then I've gotten back into Monster Hunter World. I'm about 8 9 hours deep into World, enjoying it. Very different than Rise, but there are definitely aspects I like more than Rise. But and granted, I've put a lot more time into Rise, and opinion can change over time once I put more time into World. But I just enjoy playing Rise more. But I am enjoying World more than I thought I would. So I meant to get to the Wakanda expansion for Marvel's Avengers, but I wasn't able to get to before we recorded tonight. But hopefully, I should be able to talk a little bit about that next week to see kind of everything they've added with that, because this is kind of the make or break for the game. And I haven't really looked at reactions and reception of things.
I have a little bit
Yeah,
because I've been thinking about getting back into that. From what I understand, is it is everything the game needed.
good, good.
I also
So
maybe saw a spoiler that I'm not going to spoil for you, but
I
it
appreciate
ruined
that.
me.
No, just on a physical and mental level, just not even Avengers, just in general, it ruined
Yeah,
you.
something like that.
Yeah.
I was just
Um,
like, damn it, that would have been cool to see.
and then the Spider-Man trailer brought you back, and you're like, okay, I feel better now.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
but
excited.
but anyway, yeah, it's next week. I should be able to talk some about the War for Wakanda expansion, since I'm the I haven't followed the news for Avengers close. I was following it closely every week for a long time, and then the past couple months it's fallen off pretty hard. So I don't really know everything that's in there. I don't know kind of the changes that have been made to systems in the game. So I'm excited to dive in and kind of and see what they did with it.
Well, based on like their free to play weekend and like their 4 times XP thing, according to a lot of people, they should just keep the 4 times XP permanently, and they should just make the game free to play because a lot of people played it. Like,
Yeah,
its concurrent players, I think, were higher than launch, which doesn't usually happen. Even on PC, like it got a huge surge of players.
mm-hmm.
So like they should totally just shift that game to free to play.
I mean, God knows they
Just
have
sell
enough
the costumes.
cosmetics in the game.
Yeah, just sell the costumes and like just make your money that way. Do your content drops, just go the Warframe route and just be like, hey, here's your free content drops and please buy our skins.
I'm looking at Steam charts because now I'm curious.
Yeah, it had a huge spike when they did their free to play weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I got up to like 10K players on that weekend, it looks like. And as of, it's back down to around 2,000. So,
but that means that a lot of people probably kept playing after that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm excited to dive into that. I have other games I could be playing. I have the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which I was enjoying, and then Monster Hunter took over my life. And Great Ace Attorney Chronicles is a 60-hour game, so that's going to take a while. And then yeah, other than that, there's not much really I've been super interested in that's come out this year, I guess. So yeah, it's kind of a boring what I've been playing, but it's what I've been playing. So okay, everyone in chat, hold your butts, prepare yourselves. Here comes the most surprising thing you've ever heard. Chris talking about Destiny 2, and begin.
The Destiny 2 showcase happened. It happened, and it was so exciting. I don't know if you watched the trailers, but they revealed the Witch Queen. They had like a really cool teaser where they showed her like the day before, and she looks pretty dope. She also has a really good voice actress. Don't know who she is yet, but she's excellent. And they didn't go with like the really like angry, like whispery sounding. Like she sounds kind of like just a normal person, which is like kind of like refreshing for the Hive. But yeah, Savathun, it's pretty fucking cool. Yeah, so they did the reveal with like this big CG trailer. So there was a lot of speculation about where the expansion was going to be taking place. Yeah, like even Uranium, who has not played Destiny in like 2 years, saw the reveal. He was watching it with me on my stream, and he was like, yo, like this is going to get me back into the game. So they revealed it. There was a lot of speculation where it was going to be. It's actually in, it sounds like her throne world.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think was like what they said.
Have we been in more throne worlds than Oryx's throne world?
We've been in a couple. Yeah, Savathun awaits in her throne world as you will attempt to unravel her web of lies and survive the truth through a new campaign. Here's the problem, though. Savathun figured out how to wield the light and gave it to her Hive. So there are Hive Guardians wielding the light, casting supers. Like in the trailer, you just see the orange, blue, and purple, and a fucking Hive Knight with a shield comes out and it just starts throwing it and like wrecking people. Like, so these are like equal skill. They are just as strong as us, and they can use the same powers we do, but not the darkness, only the light. But they have ghosts, and at the end of like the gameplay trailer was a guardian just like crushing the ghost in their hands to kill them, because I guess they're not as resilient as we are. But yeah, like Savathun has given her warriors the power of the light.
How is that going to work from a balance standpoint?
I don't know, but it's really cool. There's a new weapon called the glaive, which is like this polearm thing, but also a gun. So you can fire it, but you can also stab and swing it.
Huh. That sounds dope.
They are also it's a first person melee weapon. It is an energy weapon. So I don't think it's a heavy. Yeah, so there's class specific exotic variants with unique attacks. It's not something that you will just be given though, because they are adding weapon crafting to Destiny. You will be able to forge your own weapons in the Witch Queen. There will still be world drops, but you will be able to make some capacity of custom weapons. So like they're going to be existing weapons and some new weapons and stuff like that. But it sounds like you will be able to craft them in a way that you will be able to guarantee certain roles. And you can make the weapon to your specifications.
Interesting.
Which sounds incredible. And
more
something
MMO-like in that way.
Huh?
A little bit more MMO-like in that way. Just
that's
with
the
crafting
point.
perspective.
The Witch Queen feels like the push into really making Destiny 2 an MMO.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about it. Like the world looks huge. The stuff they're doing. So like they have a thing for the campaign now where you'll be able to go back and play it on higher difficulties, and the difficulty will scale based on the number of players with you.
Oh, nice.
So like that's going to be really cool for like replaying activities and stuff like that. And like, you know, maybe some end game stuff, have some scaling involved in that to make things, you know, hey, like I want to go in with a full fire team, but it's going to be really hard. Or maybe I want to try and solo this and it'll be a little easier. So stuff like that all sounds really, really cool. The weapon crafting was kind of like as jaw dropping as the Hive Guardians thing, the light wielders were. Like the weapon crafting was the thing that got everybody nuts.
Yeah, that seems like it in a lot of ways fundamentally changes that game.
I'm not gonna lie, that reveal felt like kind of like a fever dream. Like today, I was like, did that really happen? Are we getting weapon crafting in Destiny 2? I was like, did that all really happen yesterday? It was a half hour and it was a blur and it was amazing. And oh my God, I'm so excited for the future. The new zone looks incredible.
Is the new zone just the throne world?
So but it's not like the black and white ascendant plane. It's like all jungly. There's like water.
That's why I was asking if we've ever been in one other than Oryx, because I would think that Hive Throne Worlds could be whatever they wanted them to be.
In the Shattered Throne, we have been to Mara Sov's Throne World.
Okay.
That's her Throne World.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if these are their personal Throne Worlds, I feel like there's a lot of possibilities for vastly different, visual variety in terms of
exactly.
Kind of locales,
and they're going for that with this.
That's good.
They're going hard in that direction with this one.
Let me see if Destiny 2 is installed on my PC.
So
I just want to mainline all the story content. That's really what I want to do.
So and there's a lot of good story content actually between Shadowkeep and Beyond Light. There's a lot of good story content, and there's a lot of good seasonal story content. The season right now, the Season of the Lost, I'm going to have some week 1 spoilers for Season of the Lost here. So if you plan on playing, maybe cover your ears for the next couple minutes. Mara Sov is back from doing whatever the hell she was doing, and it turns out she was making a plan with Savathun.
Oh, wait. She's working with Savathun.
No.
She's double-crossing Savathun.
No. Yeah, yes, kind of.
She's still Kerrigan.
It's complicated. We don't fully understand. Osiris was Savathun. Osiris, for the whole Beyond Light era, she found Osiris when he lost Sagira. She took on his form to get into the city. And she has this conversation with you. And you know she's playing you. But it's like that moment in like DBZ Abridged where it's like, I know you're playing me, but you're right. Yeah.
Wait, so in the Beyond Light era, the Osiris we see is not the real Osiris. That's Savathun?
Is, but it's Savathun.
So
Osiris she is Osiris. So Osiris still exists, but she is him.
But she's basically his consciousness for the entirety of Beyond Light that we're interacting with him.
This season, we're trying to save Osiris. So the exchange here is Savathun. So the 3 Hive gods, Oryx, Xivu Arath, who is the bad guy for this season. Xivu Arath is trying to find Savathun and kill her.
Right.
And she was also the bad guy for the season of the Hunt, the season that came out with Beyond Light. And Oryx, Savathun, and all of them had this hive worm god inside them, like Zol
Yeah.
from Warmind.
Right.
So they give them their power, but they're also killing them.
Right.
Savathun wants to remove hers.
Oh yeah. If you don't know about Destiny lore, like Books of Sorrow and the history of these three, super fascinating.
Incredibly fascinating. And Savathun is easily the most cunning villain we've ever faced. Like, Savathun has probably been pulling the strings for the entire 7-year lifespan of Destiny, as far as they're spelling it out now. Like, Savathun has been behind everything every step of the way. And she even said, like, she's talking to our guardian. There's like this great cutscene. It's like the one of the, like, painted art cutscene kind of things. And she's like, I came to your city and I helped you bring the Lost Prince home. I helped you do that. When the Cabal came, I helped Zavala avoid a war before it could happen. And she's like, and when, this threat of the Vex erupted in the city, I helped bring the House of Light to you, practically begging for a place to be. And I helped you weed out these elements that were going to destroy you. And she's like, I have done nothing wrong to you people. It's like, she was talking Season of Rivals. There was the interference missions where everything was, they were like, okay, the darkness is trying to commune with us and Savathun is getting in the way. She's like, you people called it interference. She said, I took no offense to that. I was just trying to help. And she's like, and as Osiris, I have done all of these things to ensure your survival. And she's like, the least you can do is help me. And I will give you back Osiris. And like Saint 14 is there, and he's like really pissed.
Yeah.
Like, he's pissed because he doesn't even think it's the real Osiris.
And he's like, I had sex with the hive god. What the hell?
No. He hasn't actually seen Osiris much since he's been back. But he hasn't seen him, like, he the most he's seen him is post Sagira dying.
Gotcha.
So like that's part of it. Yeah.
And if this is like a major story spoiler for something I've missed from when I've stopped playing, don't tell me. But I think it was Eris Morn, is she still around? Is she relevant at all anymore? She is.
She is relevant heavily in Beyond Light because she's one of the first stasis wielders.
Oh, okay.
So her, the Drifter, and the Stranger are like the big proponents of stasis. So they're
is the Drifter still like involved in the story, or is he still kind of just off doing his Gambit thing?
No, the Drifter is a big deal because the Drifter has connections to the Nine,
and because he's taught Abercorn.
Yes.
Okay.
The Drifter is one of the most underutilized, but also most exciting characters in the whole game, because the Drifter has so many implications of like whatever he could be doing at any given moment.
So when this new season comes out, do you think Bungie will have like if you pay like $10, it'll bring you to like max light level so you can get caught up and start at the new story right away? Do you think they'll have one of those?
They usually do that. They usually include one with the expansion. I don't think that's the way to do it because you can get light very quickly. Like, you can get powered up very fast.
Okay, just because I don't want to grind a lot if I just want to mainline story stuff.
No, you don't have to. The base power right now is 1100.
Okay.
And right now, most content in the game, like that isn't like seasonal related, is at that power. So like strike playlists, stuff like that. So you can get geared up very quickly if you wanted to. And then it's just a matter of, and crossplay came out this season.
Oh, nice.
So you could play on your PS5 and like we could be friends and play together.
and we can be friends.
And we can be friends. Yeah, so you can get up to power very, very quickly. Like, the grind to get to the soft cap is very fast. Like, it's not just keep equipping whatever the best shit they give you is, and just like keep a couple good rolls along the way. The new seasonal weapons are pretty cool. They've got some new perks and stuff like that. But like, the big thing is Marasov knows that Savathun is going to flip the script on us. She's not stupid, and neither is Ikora. So they both know Savathun is doing something. She's using us to get what she wants. And Ikora just wants to make sure that we can save Osiris, and Marasov is just like, she wants to make Savathun vulnerable, because once we remove her worm, she's killable.
Right.
You know, she's not a god anymore, but she still has all of her power. So it's not like removing her worm is not going to just kill her, but it's going to make it so we can fight her.
It's going to basically make her mortal.
Essentially, it's going to make her so like we can fuck her up. She's not just going to go back to her like ascendant plane or whatever and just be like, oh, whatever. You know, we can go there and we can fucking murder her now, you know?
Right.
So that's the end goal.
If you're watching the video and me looking down, it's me trying to log into my Destiny companion app to see where I'm at.
You're at 1100. All of your gear got up to 1100.
I don't believe you. Hey, look, I'm 1100.
Yeah, well, wow.
Actually, my warlock is 1104.
Look at you fancy boy.
Oh.
They just did a bunch of balance stuff too. Like they rebalanced a bunch of abilities and things like that. It's all actually
I want
really
I want to mainline all the story that I've missed with you.
Yo, I'm down.
Run me through it.
Yeah, I want to play that story again. So let's do it.
I am down.
Let's go. Yeah, and you got plenty of time because this season's going to be 6 months. But
yeah.
But there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
So we've got the Season of the Lost stuff. So like we're finding like the Queen's Techians that are lost like in Ascended Planes and stuff like that. So the seasonal activity is like locate them, run this activity to pull them back, and then run like another side activity to also pull them back. So there's a lot going on with that. And then like you're kind of talking to Savathun and she's like trying to convince you that like I'm not, like she called us, like she was like, you're not a hero and I'm not a villain. We're paracausal. So
if Savathun is positioning herself as an ally, who is being portrayed as the enemy right now?
Savathun.
Okay, gotcha.
Savathun
but she's just talking the whole time to you, like Cortana.
So the darkness is kind of taking a back seat right now because we are head to head with Savathun right now. At this moment, The darkness is there. They're still there, but they're just watching. They're doing whatever the hell they do. They also announced the final expansion for the Light versus Dark saga. So they said that there's going to be another expansion after Lightfall, and it's called The Final Shape.
I did read about that. And so that's supposed to wrap up basically the Destiny 2 story that from vanilla Destiny 2, that story will wrap up with that.
No, that's going to wrap up the Light versus Dark arc from Destiny 1, from day one of Destiny until now.
Okay.
That's going to wrap all of that up.
Is it Destiny 3 at that point?
No, because they said it's going to keep going. They said the development of Destiny 2 does not end after that. We're going into something else after that. So they have something that must be even fucking crazier than this.
It's parallel timelines, and then it's the Halo crossover.
So like we're in the Cell saga, baby. Bless you. We are entering the Cell saga. Right now, we got semi-perfect Cell, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Witch Queen, we're gonna get perfect Cell.
Okay.
I feel like. And so we're going into the finale, but then we've still got the Majin Buu, we've got the Tournament of Power, we've got all that shit to get to. That is Destiny right now. Destiny is Dragon Ball Z, and we just keep powering up.
And then we end with Oob.
Yeah, we still got to get to Super, man. There are powers we don't even know exist yet. There are forces at work. But yeah, so oh my God, like everything about this was so cool. I'm so excited to like see this and like play all this stuff. They said they're adding starting this season, every 3 months going forward, they are going to have new dungeon or raid content.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Please no crunch.
No, but that's the thing. I think they're caught up. I think they're good. So here's the thing. They announced that there was a rumor. I told you that rumor about that anniversary pack.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of it was true, except for the Halo stuff, weirdly enough. So they announced the 30th anniversary pack. Here's what's included. So there's a free version that includes an event, but there's a pack and it's $20, I think. Yeah, $20. I bought like the whole Witch Queen thing that includes it. And that starts, I think, December 7th is when that stuff starts. You get a treasure-themed 3-player dungeon in the loot cave in the Cosmodrome. It's back, baby. And you will be able to acquire weapons such as, I think it was like Ias Luna and something else. Yeah, Ias Luna and 1,000-Yard Stare. There will be a Gallarhorn. It's finally coming to Destiny 2, and it's exclusive to that pack, which has some people really pissed. But I'm like, look, if you're going to pay for any weapon in this game, it's going to be fucking Gallarhorn. And I think with the rest of the content in this pack, it's completely justified. There's going to be a Thorn-themed armor set for every class. There is going to be Marathon-inspired weapons and ornaments. There is going to be, the collection of Destiny 1 weapons, a Claymore sword inspired by Myth, a shotgun inspired by Marathon, unique helmet ornament, exotic sparrows, exotic ship, emblem, shaders, emotes, more. So they're adding a 6-player activity around this. Then they're adding a dungeon themed around the treasure-themed one in the Cosmodrome. And technically, they could still have the Halo stuff in there and just not be talking about it. Because they showed a trailer of their 30th anniversary, and there was a lot of Halo in it. And Bungie has made a lot of really, really, really good games. Bungie has made a lot of really good games, and I've played a lot of those games. And let me tell you, that was going, and I got a little, misty-eyed, because I was like, God damn. Fucking Bungie. God damn.
I didn't know they began in 1991.
Yeah.
The year of my birth.
Yeah.
No wonder we get along so well.
No wonder you get along so well. But yeah, so there's going to be a 6-player match-made activity with secrets and collection rewards. The anniversary pack, which has Galahorn and a bunch of cool themed stuff. The Marathon. So the Titan's going to be the security officer for Marathon.
Oh yeah,
I'm all for it. The Thorn stuff. And then there's going to be stuff you can buy too. So you can get a Fallen Captain statue and a Celestial Nighthawk helmet and a 30th anniversary shield pin. There's t-shirts, hoodies. So there's a lot of stuff. Bungie is really going all out for their anniversary in Destiny 2. Oh my God, that comes out a day before Halo.
I was going to say that, yeah. Fuck. The timing.
Unfortunate. They have a cool thing too now in the game. They added this timeline, and it shows you all the content you've owned and that you own and have completed. But it's also it's a recap of the events, and it's a little thing, but you hover over it, and it's just the Red War, and it tells you about the Red War, and then Curse of Osiris and Warmind, and it kind of is this reminder, and it's this chronological thing of all the things we've done in Destiny 2, and it's just yo, you know how when you started Destiny 2 on the PS4 and it pulled your data from Destiny 1 and you saw hey, you did these things? Mm-hmm, it was cool that was, because it was just oh my God, we've done a fucking lot. But yeah, so they're gonna keep up the seasonal stuff, which has been really good. They're revamping Trials, so Trials is gonna be way better. There's going to be options for solo and duo matchmaking. They don't track losses on cards anymore, but you still have to go flawless to get the good rewards at the end. But now you can't fail out of a card.
Oh.
They're also adding matchmaking, so now it's still card-based, but it's going to try and match you against someone with the same amount of wins of similar play. So you, in theory, shouldn't be a team just trying to see if they can get to 7 wins going up against a team of recovs or streamers.
Right.
So, in theory, it will be better. Also, Trials of Osiris is now being locked behind the yearly expansion. So you will have to, as of this season, on September 10th, when Trials goes live, you will have to own Beyond Light to participate in Trials. And then when Witch Queen releases, you will have to own Witch Queen to participate in Trials. So that's going to stop free-to-play accounts who get banned from just coming back in and making a new account and playing in trials again. And
Gotcha.
Bungie's going to make more money.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. They also added BattleEye anti-cheat, which is a kernel-based anti-cheat, which is I'm not the biggest fan of, but whereas other games I just won't play because of that, I'm gonna keep playing Destiny because I'm already invested, and I'm not gonna let anti-cheat stop me. Good news is it hasn't really affected the game, how it performs or anything, which is sometimes a concern with those.
That's not what's causing all the crashing?
I don't think so. I don't think so. But they're doing a lot of really like this is like the biggest like drop of like updated stuff for Destiny that they've maybe done since like Forsaken. Like they're changing everything. A lot of the balance changes have been really good. Like a bunch of like new weapons are back. Like they added all the Trials of the 9 weapons to the Prophecy dungeon, so you can now earn those with random rolls, which is really cool. God, there's so much stuff going on. Yeah, they talked about the revamp. Like they've been every day they've just been putting up new stuff, talking about like, hey, here's what's coming to Destiny. Like it's incredible, the content that's coming in. And then again, having just released crossplay. Like I was running strikes yesterday with a bunch of Xbox players. I looked at my roster and it's just a bunch of Xbox icons, and I was like, yeah. Weirdly enough, they don't show a PlayStation logo. They only show a controller, which is a weird thing. I don't get it. Weird. Also, it's a really dumb thing, but I'm a really big fan of the font for the Witch Queen. They have a stylized font for it, and it is just excellent. Like I'm telling you, like it's got like this old, like kind of old, like New England witch hunt kind of feel to it.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's really like there's something to be said when you just nail it, even in the font. Like even the font is good. But yeah, like holy shit, man. It is just, I'm telling you, it was a fever dream, man. I still don't believe that it all happened. It was incredible. If other people didn't see it, I'd have thought I made it up. It is so cool. I cannot wait. I'm so excited for this game. I am so excited to keep playing Destiny. It is getting so much better. And like just the energy from the team, the way they were building it up, like the weeks before the reveal, everybody's like, yo guys, like be excited for this. Like I don't think they could have overhyped it, because they were like, guys, like this is going to be incredible. And there is an energy from Bungie right now. And it just feels like Destiny 2 is just a game that's going to keep going. Like Destiny 2 feels like it's going to be World of Warcraft in the sense of it's just going to keep going, but in a better more of like a Final Fantasy 14 way, because it's like it's just going to keep getting better as it goes.
Yeah.
So like I'm really excited, man. I am, man. It's all I can say. Like the future is so bright for this game, and I can't wait to see what the fuck they're gonna do with it.
To put another 3,000 hours in.
Oh, I'm way past that. What am I up to? Hold on, now I'm curious. I can find out real quick. Where's my D2 checklist? I have to see now. I know it's over 4. I'm checking to see if it's over 5. I think I have almost 3,000 just on Steam. Yeah, I have 4,114 hours on just my Titan.
Yeah, you really need to have something prepared for your stream for when you hit over 9,000.
Just like max volume. It's over 9,000. It's just gonna start playing like Vegeta's music.
It's just gonna be. You're just gonna play Anthem Wah and break out everyone's speakers.
Oh, I could do that right now. I didn't mix that shit to be quiet. I mixed that shit to explode.
Oh, well, God. I'm actually excited to play Destiny again for the first time in a long time.
That's the thing. It's like this stuff, like everyone is like, everybody feels the way they feel about Destiny, but I feel like this reveal was just universally like, holy shit. Like, everyone it has reinvigorated the community. Like, the disgruntled members of the community who were like, oh, Bungie keeps ignoring PvP, blah, 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 blah. A couple weeks ago, they had this big thing where they were like, we're making new maps. We're bringing back a couple old ones. It's not as easy as just taking this map and putting it in Destiny 2. And so they really broke it down, and they were like, guys, this takes work. And we've been working on this stuff, but we've been working from home. It was Joe Blackburn, who's like the head of Destiny, of Bungie right now. So he was like, guys, like, this is what's going on. So he really kind of broke it down for the community and was like, here's what's going to happen in the future, though. And then, made the PvP community happy. And with all these changes, like, everybody's really positive on Twitter. They're like, guys, I don't see anything I don't like about this from like the hardcore PvP community. They've really addressed like pretty much all of their concerns. So they're really happy. The PvE community is really hyped because like these seasons have been really good, and Bungie's in-game storytelling. And they reiterated, they were like, gone are the days of reading pages of lore to understand the story in Destiny. And they still do it because they still have like these things where, obviously the lore is all there and it's all in the game. And if you want to expand your knowledge, it's all there. But if you just want to know what the hell is going on in Destiny, you don't have to read it anymore. It's happening in the game. It's happening to you on a weekly basis. And that's great for like people like me and the rest of the PvE community who are like really invested in this story. It's not having to go out and watch a My Name is Bife video to understand the lore implication of this new gun.
Right.
So stuff like that has been like really exciting. The world building, all that stuff, and finally being face to face with our greatest villain, and having her be like, "I'm not a villain, fuck you." Like, get out of here with your bullshit. Man, I'm real excited. I guess while we're on the talk of reveals, Gamescom opening night live happened today. Jeff Keighley's Gamescom magnum opus. I'm gonna just run down. Saints Row is getting rebooted, and they revealed that today. It looks still kind of like over the top, but not wacky. So like it's cars driving on roofs, and like it's definitely like stylized, but it's not like it's not like Saints Row the Third. It's probably closer to 2, but like it looks
pretty straight-laced.
It looks very intriguing. It has personality.
Okay.
Like there is still an over-the-top quality to it. Like, that they had a rocket launcher with like 12 rockets in it kind of thing, and like they're driving on rooftops and doing what they do. But
and it's coming out relatively soon, right? It's in February.
Yeah, and it's coming out right around February 22. I think it's coming out right around Witch Queen, and so February doesn't exist. At the end of February doesn't exist. Any games coming out at the end of February, good luck, because I'm not playing you.
Even Horizon.
I have a couple days. All right, and I'll have time off. I have a few days to make that work. Marvel's Midnight Suns is a new tactical RPG from the XCOM developers. I'm just if you hear me like reading stuff that sounds like, boy, someone else wrote that, I'm reading an article from Press Start. So it is from the makers of the recent XCOM and Civ, Firaxis. It's a dark and broody kind of Marvel XCOM game from the look of it.
Sure.
Looks neat. They didn't really show anything. It was a CG trailer, but it sounds like it could be neat. I didn't understand almost anything happening, but it sounds like they're pulling from like a comic.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Cool.
I'm not
check
sure.
It out.
There's a gameplay debut coming September 1st, so please be excited. Call of Duty Vanguard showed their campaign starring Laura Bailey for this particular character. I didn't know that. I came into it late, and I heard her scream, and I was like, that's Laura Bailey. And I was like, I know that scream. I have heard it before.
It's the only reason I would remotely play that game.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it actually looked pretty damn impressive.
No.
The campaign stuff they showed looked really good. And I haven't really been interested in playing a Call of Duty in a long time. But the last one I bought and played was the Sledgehammer one, and it was Call of Duty World War II, and it really wanted to be Band of Brothers, and it was not good enough to be Band of Brothers, not even close. So it wasn't that, but this one looks much, much better. And so if Activision can maybe clean up their shit a little bit, I might be willing to give this one a shot. Halo Infinite had a neat trailer of that, like a commander lady from the multiplayer trailer who was like, "Are you ready?" Like they had a story thing for her. She was on some planet getting chased by brutes, and like a Spartan drops down in an ODST pod, and he's just like nods, and then goes and fights and stuff, and a bunch of Spartans. So that's what inspired her to join the Spartans. And so it's like her story. So that's apparently she's season 1. It's about kind of her and her story a bit. So December 8th is the date for that. Not happy co-op won't be there. I think they should have delayed it. I think they should. If the co-op, if it's not ready for co-op, delay the game. I don't like releasing this game and then being like, okay, in 3 months you guys can play co-op, and then 3 months after that you can do Forge. Why not just delay it 3 months and have them both in there?
It's like
what's so important about getting it out December 8th?
Yeah, with 5 they tried to get away with not having split screen co-op, and there was a huge backlash. It
did not go over well.
Co-op, I feel like they had to know that co-op would be a very strong reaction. It's a fundamental part of Halo.
It is integral to the experience.
Yeah.
And not having it there is a huge knock on what will otherwise be the best Halo game ever. It is a massive disappointment. Ross and I have played every new Halo together since online co-op.
Yep.
And it's personally disappointing and upsetting that we won't be able to do that for this one. And it's also just upsetting on a fundamental level of like, if the game's not ready, why launch it?
Because they've already delayed it a year.
If this is a corner you had to cut to get there, to get to the finish line, is it worth it? Why not just release the multiplayer December 8th and delay the campaign? I don't know, man. Not what I would have done. They are doing Xbox Elite controller wireless Elite controller Series 2 for the Master Chief, a 117 controller. They're also
sold out.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. They're also doing a Halo themed Series X, which looked really nice. That's coming out November 15th.
Hey,
they did it. I like how there's a button you can pre-order the console here. No, you can't. Out of stock.
Thanks, scalpers.
Horizon Forbidden West has been given a date. I believe it was February 18th.
I think so.
Yes. So it technically got delayed out of 2021, but it is not a far delay, all things being equal. So still excited to play that. There was a game, Cult of the Lamb, where like you're some demon possessed lamb building a cult and you sacrifice people for some good demon thing. I don't know. Looked weird. Looked all right. Midnight Fight Express was like a walk into an elevator. It was basically the Winter Soldier fight scene as a video game.
Yo.
The elevator scene, but as a video game. That's what it felt like.
That should be a good video game.
They had a scene literally in an elevator, and they were like, remember, no Russian. And like a dude in like a fucking deer with antlers hat walks in and just kicks their ass in the elevator. Missed opportunity for a Captain America reference there. But it's basically just Winter Soldier, the video game, and you just run around and punch people. So you might want to check that out. Isometric Brawler.
Sounds pretty fun.
Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. April O'Neil is playable.
Yo.
And you can give the turtles pizza and they'll get up and they'll revive. Just tease them with pizza and they're just like, I'm up.
Great.
Morgana from Persona 5 is coming to Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania. That's the news.
it wasn't announced today. It was an older announcement, but I'm still the most excited to see
Kiryu.
Kiryu in a monkey
Yeah.
ball rolling around.
Yeah, no,
It's gonna be really good.
I feel like you're gonna get that game just to see that, just to be that.
Probably.
Splitgate is getting its season 0 release today. It continues to be Halo but Portal. And continues to be a game that I'd rather just wait for Halo or play Portal.
Yeah.
That's just me. I have no opinion on the game. I never played it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care to. I'm sure it's great. I have a lot of people in my Destiny clan that really like it. I would just rather play Destiny. I don't need to split my time because I'm already going to be playing Battlefield and Halo. So, don't need it. Ubisoft showed off Riders Republic, which continues to look like if Forza Horizon was just extreme sports.
Okay.
UFL is a free-to-play soccer game that is coming soon. They say it will be free to play and fair to play.
Oh, I don't like that.
The Lego Skywalker Saga got a trailer today, and early 2022, spring 2022, I believe it was release.
It's a Lego game.
Yeah, but it looked charming, and it kind of hit those notes. They had the music playing and stuff, and it was just like, all right, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, but I might play this.
I'll probably get it.
I bet you that comes out with co-op.
150%.
I had never heard of this game. Apparently, okay, I don't remember hearing about this game. Synced Off Planet is apparently a game that was shown off before, but now it has like a new look, so it looks like The Division, but sci-fi.
Huh.
Okay, The Division, but like super sci-fi.
Okay.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It just looked weird. There's a new Outlast game coming.
Oh.
But Ross.
Yeah.
4-player co-op.
Nope.
4-player co-op.
Nope.
4.
Nope.
Player.
Nope.
Co-op.
Okay.
Got him.
Nope.
We got him. I've never played an Outlast game. I'm only interested in this one because it's co-op. I will totally play that. I will totally do that. Weirdest game of the show is from a Korean developer. It's called Dokev. And it is like these chibi looking characters, not chibi, but like they're more proportional.
Yeah. They kind of look like the character models. Yeah.
It looked like hyper realistic environments with weird like techno magic. And there was a bear with boxing gloves, and there were child cars.
Yep.
And I don't understand anything about this game.
Yep.
But I want to play it because I have to know.
It's the character models look like the character models from the Diamond and Pearl reboots that are coming out for the Switch a little bit.
If Pokemon was hyper real, if Pokemon was released on a platform that wasn't the Switch, it would probably look like this. But not this weird. Yeah, but I want a bear with boxing gloves, and I want to drive around in my Power Wheel sports car.
It sounds like you as a game.
Yeah. That is the embodiment of me as a video game. And if all ends well, it's going to be a massive disappointment, just like me. I own it. Jurassic World Evolution 2 got a new trailer. November 9th. Far Cry 6's story trailer kind of looked a lot like the last one, but I'm still like excited to play that game because I liked Far Cry 5 and this one looks really cool. They showed that Vampire the Masquerade game again, the Blood Hunt one, the Battle Royale one. Continue to have zero interest in that game, but it's coming out September 7th, so I know when to ignore it more specifically.
Good.
There's a new theme park game, Park Beyond.
Does it have online co-op?
No, I don't think so. That was the first thing.
Failure.
And Uranium said in the chat, or we were talking on Discord, and he said, but is it better than Park Attack? And I said, not if it doesn't have co-op.
Nope.
But it just
They're-
looks like, what if amusement parks had no safety regulations?
That sounds great in
If
co-op.
only it better have co-op, or I'm not touching it.
There's a recurring theme this podcast episode.
Yeah.
Co-op.
Jet the Far Shore, which was one of the games that was announced for like PS5 during their big first reveal. That is coming. I like how they say its release date has been announced, but they don't list it here. I'm watching the end of the trailer. October 5th, that game is finally coming to your PlayStation platforms. New World is going to have an open beta, a public beta from September 9th to 12th. I might try that because that game looked neat in the closed beta. It is Amazon's MMO. Amazon is the first of the major tech companies to actually put out a game that could be commercially successful. So let's see what happens. I wish the development team luck. It looks cool, actually. It's like colonial, like almost like colonial America, but like supernatural. It's weird. Looks cool. There's a new Marvel mobile game. Marvel Future Revolution is an RPG. It is out right now. Looked kind of neat.
Yeah, I always do.
Tales of Arise got another trailer. There is a demo live for that. I'm not going to play it because I'm going to play the game.
Same.
Tales is coming to mobile. Tales of Luminaria. It's coming to iOS and Android. After Berseria, I'm willing to give anything a shot from Tales. I'm willing to give it a try. Deadmau5 is making something. I don't know what the fuck it is. It looked kind of Fortnite-y, and none of it appealed to me whatsoever. Yeah. Fall Guys is getting Jungle Book.
Sure.
So I remember there's Shere Khan, there's Mowgli, and then there's the bear. Babaloo? No, Baloo. That's it. I always say Babaloo, and I don't know why. Baloo. And then there's also the orangutan, the king.
Yeah.
Genshin getting Aloy is old news. Genshin is still getting Aloy. It will be an early release on PlayStation 4 and 5, though, September 1st.
So Monster Hunter Rise is getting Akuma as the next crossover. Where
do we fight him? Do we fight Akuma? Can I carve Akuma?
No.
Write that down. Valheim is getting an expansion. Hearth and Home. It is coming September 16th. It's a lot of like base building and like food stuff, I guess. I don't know. It sounds cool. Valheim is a fun game. Crossfire X had another trailer. That's another one of those games that like Microsoft's been talking about for a couple years, and I still don't know what the hell's going on with it. Yeah. It was a bunch of soldiers shooting, and then there was like a guy they called the Boogeyman.
Yeah.
And he went around with like sickles and was messing people up. So I don't know what the hell that game is. Sifu got a release date. It is coming out in February. I think the 22nd. So definitely not playing that one. And they closed the show with an extended look at the Death Stranding director's cut, which continues to look like Death Stranding, but like a little more swagger. It's almost as if like they look at Death Stranding and they're like, yo, this is just as good as Metal Gear Solid. And they're just like, yo, everybody wants, like, they are honest to God treating this like everyone was asking for this. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because Death Stranding sold better than probably anybody. Well, no, I mean, based on how it ended up, I think Death Stranding probably overachieved a little bit. But like, I like that they're coming out with this and they're just like, yo, everyone wants this. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, I want this. Yeah, I want this. I actually want this. I don't know how you knew. I didn't know it until I saw it, but it turns out this is the Death Stranding I want to play right now. I don't know. It's crazy. So props to them.
Yeah, fair play.
Continue to make a game that I didn't know I wanted, and then hell, Death Stranding, baby. We talked a little bit about the Call of Duty stuff. So Activision has a lot of developers. Over 2,000 people make games at Activision. And almost all of them are working on Call of Duty. There's no joke. Activision has confirmed that all of its core studios are now working on Call of Duty in some capacity. So development of Vanguard is being led by Sledgehammer. Treyarch is making the zombies. Raven is doing Warzone. Development across the two games assistance is also coming from Beanox, Demonware, High Moon, formerly of the Transformers games. They lost that license, so now they're a house of Call of Duty. Activision Shanghai, who I don't think has ever put out a game, and Toys for Bob, the makers of Skylanders and Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time.
It's such a shame because there's a lot of really talented developers who could be doing their own thing.
Of Singularity, one of the most underrated games of all time and underappreciated, frankly, is making Warzone.
Yep.
You people didn't know who the hell they were until they put their name on Warzone. Shame on you. You didn't even know Singularity existed. Shame on you. Singularity had some good-ass multiplayer. What were you doing? Playing Call of Duty. Shame on you. Imagine if Activision was like, oh yeah, we can make other games. And what if they took some of the money that they're fueling into like the next Call of Duty, which has a shorter marketing cycle than ever, and we're just like, what if we just made other games? And what if we made Singularity but marketed it?
Nah.
Head explosion. What if Activision had good leadership that like actually took care of their employees and then actually developed their own games that weren't called Call of Duty : something else?
But the thing is, Uranium, is that it's not a bad idea because it's like the high-selling game every single year that comes out.
Every year, it's the best-selling game. They already expect Vanguard to be the best-selling game of the year.
Yeah, so it's not a bad use of resources whatsoever. In terms of being a business, it's the best use of resources they could possibly have.
Yeah.
It makes them the most money.
They might as well just change their name. Call of Duty presents Call of Duty, Vanguard.
Semicolon, Call of Duty.
Call of Duty presents a Call of Duty production developed by Call of Duty, published by Call of Duty. Welcome to Call of Duty.
And then there was a typo on the entire production of the physical releases, and the last Call of Duty in the title ended up being Call of Buty, and they had to recall it all.
Recall the booty.
Well, that's our actual definitive title. We don't even have to think about it anymore.
Oh, God. It's just like, God, imagine. And they're planning to like double their staff.
They need more people to make Call of Duty, man.
They're trying to hire more developers. Yeah. The publisher that made record profits and then laid off a huge percentage of their workforce wants to hire more people to work on one annual release annually.
Yes. The answer is money. And yes.
Now we flip the script. We already kind of talked about the Halo stuff, so I'm not actually going to go through this story. But yeah, they're releasing Halo without co-op and Forge. Big mistake. Let's flip the script here to the company that, looking back, maybe should not have been the worst company in America. Maybe should have been Activision. Electronic Arts is letting developers freely use Apex Legends ping system. Electronic Arts has started a new initiative, Accessibility First Patent Pledge. It grants free access and unrestricted access to 5 of the publisher's patents. That includes their contextually aware communication system, aka the pings in Apex, because like the characters will talk and communicate stuff about it specifically. So they have that. They're also releasing patents freely so it's 3 patents for colorblind rendering techniques and a yet unused patent for generating better audio in real time for those with hearing deficiencies. Ladies and gentlemen, Electronic Arts is being progressive and giving out quality technology patents for free. Activision is making Call of Duty with 2,000 people.
Public opinion versus profit. Dun 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 dun.
And they released the source code for like all the colorblind stuff on GitHub. It's just there. If you want to use it, go take it. This is like when Volvo released the patent for the seatbelt, like for the fucking good seatbelt. And they were just like, why shouldn't everybody have this? And EA is doing it because they want more people in the industry to do it. They are hoping this move pushes the rest of the industry to be as forthcoming with accessibility tools.
Good guy, EA. They're back.
Talk about making the right move for all the right reasons and then just rolling with it.
And also at the right time.
At the right time.
When Activision's in the news for being horrible.
And EA is one, not.
Yep.
And two, they have a lot of games that people are really excited about right now. Apex is very popular. Battlefield's coming out. Dead Space remakes coming out. They've got all these exciting Knockout City's doing really well. Like EA is in the press for all the right reasons. They even had a good show. EA Play this year was actually a good show. And they're just like, yeah, we want accessibility. They're like pulling the Microsoft where they're like, why shouldn't everybody be able to play games? Why shouldn't this just be easy? We already did it. Everybody can just use it. Crazy concept. Oh my God. Who? EA did that? God damn. That was the goodest news of the week right there. Fucking EA, man.
Yeah.
They're so confusing as a company.
They are. They really are.
Because sometimes they're the absolute worst, and then the other times they're just like, accessibility for all.
It's like, what? Who?
EA? Who?
Yeah.
Man.
Anything else?
That was everything I pulled. I don't know if you have anything.
Horizon Zero Dawn just got a
yes,
PS5 patch for 60 FPS. So if you haven't played that yet, play it.
It's
it
really
runs
good.
Very well.
It's really good.
That's all I had.
60 FPS.
Yeah,
really
the Akuma DLC for Monster Hunter Rise will be free. It's a layered armor where it looks like you're just punching and kicking, but it's actually sword and shield. But yeah, you can run around like you could in World. Yeah, carve Akuma.
I want to carve Akuma real bad. Like, do I get his hair?
I mean, with the layered armor, you do get his hair. Yeah, you get all of him. You will be inside of Akuma.
Interesting prospect.
And then after that, that's like the Capcom crossover 3 of 5. So the first one was the Palico from, I think, Stories or World. I can't remember. And then the second one was Okami. 3 will be Akuma. And then there will be 4 and 5.
4 will be Beautiful Joe.
Yo.
And then 5 will be Devil May Cry. And then they'll add Nemesis, and we will hunt Nemesis, and then I will carve Nemesis.
Yeah, it's they've done some cool crossover stuff in World. They had like a Witcher crossover and Horizon Zero Dawn. You play as Aloy.
I hope they do another Final Fantasy crossover, because in World they had a thing where the Final Fantasy behemoth was huntable.
Oh yeah, and it's when I was playing World just in the past couple days. This cactar just running around. I need to catch up to it and kick it. I think I can capture it and then put it in my room. It'll just run around my room.
That sounds awesome, and I want it.
Yeah.
I want that in my life. Oh,
other than that, yeah, I got nothing. It's a weird time. It's like the most passionate I've been about gaming, but it's been all directed at like one game, which is weird for me.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm turning into you, where it's just like, yeah, play more Monster Hunter. What else?
I made a concerted effort though to play other stuff this week, and I can plan to continue. Hopefully have more updates for Humankind next week. And then I will be playing Psychonauts 2. So Make sure you hold on to the fifth element. Is that a reference I'm missing? I know the movie. Is that what he's referencing, or
I'm not sure.
I feel like that just went over my head.
It went over my head, and I'm pretty tall.
You can catch it with the. If only that could be a title.
If only so many things that would be gifts of you could be titles.
Oh man. Yeah. So I'm trying to. I gotta play more Scarlet Nexus too. I played that the one. I feel like I'm at the point now where I have to start it over.
Yeah, you
Because it
really
was
just
way too
shouldn't, because I
early.
don't want to hear you talk about that game anymore after last time. That was the worst.
All the incentive I need to play more.
That was like on par with like the Soulja Boy consoles that I didn't want to hear about.
Remember the
No.
what was it called? The Mad
Yeah.
Box.
Yep.
The Mad Box.
I do.
Remember when that was a thing? And then they
It
got
definitely-
bought by Codemasters, and then they got bought by EA.
Yep.
You think the Mad Box is still a thing?
I hope it's dead and buried.
EA's Mad Box.
Thanks for joining us this week. That's been another episode of the HalfGen podcast.
Oh, did we talk? Was it this week? They released another trailer for Metroid Dread. Did you see that?
I think that was last week, but yes.
That was last week.
I did see
Damn,
that.
I got
think so.
Oh man.
Yeah, it looks good, dude.
Is looking so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get that in my SPOLED and then just play it forever.
Yeah.
And then Advance Wars is still coming.
It is.
What a time. What a time to
What a
be
time.
playing games.
Yeah.
And Witch Queen.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Before any of that, though, make sure you tune in this coming Sunday,
Yes.
which is August 29th, for the next edition of the HalfGen Book Club, where we will be talking about Halo Primordium,
Yes.
second book in the Forerunner trilogy by Greg Bear. Join us Sunday, twitch.tv/nightmarecv. Not sure what time yet. You'll get a push notification if you care about us.
It will be probably around like 8-ish because that's when I'll be home from work.
Yeah, there you go. So narrower time frame. So that's good.
Don't give them an ultimatum if they care about us. I don't
everyone
know
be
I don't know
thankful.
if we win that.
Be thankful for what we give you. So yeah, hope you read the book.
Supports subscription.
Keep in mind our book for September
with money.
will be the final book in the Forerunner trilogy, Halo Silentium, which is my favorite book of the franchise. So I'm very interested to revisit that one. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
So book club live on the 29th, and that should be up on the Monday after that is when that episode will be live for just you audio listeners who just want to listen to this on your commute or whatever else you're doing. That'll be there for that. Otherwise that's pretty much the show. That wraps her up right there.
Yeah, it's the best news of the week is that it's also the biggest surprise of the week is that, barring something going wrong, as of Saturday afternoon, I will have central AC installed in my house. Pretty excited because right now, all I want to do is just do this.
He's about to be cool as a cucumber.
Yep, this is all I need. Anyway, thanks for watching. And thanks for listening.
The audio listeners, it's just a big tower fan in his face now.
Hold on. Let me just make the audio way worse and put this on max blast. There we go. Much better.
I actually can't really hear it.
It's a very good tower fan. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week.
We will catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.